Hi. Well, after a whole month of being away, I cannot believe it's been so long. But, when you have a health crisis, you just have to roll with the punches. But thank you for your patience, and I will be back on track for as long as possible. And as we say, one day at a time. The whole series of my videos is called Progress, Not Perfection. And there's a reason for that because if we try and be perfect every day, well, if I tried to be perfect every day, I'd get nothing done. So, before we start on today, which is about what's the use of having dreams and desires when you have I've told my life expectancy is shorter than expected, shorter than I thought. Um, I do want to just touch on what went on. I had I just sat down actually on my couch and I felt my neck go crack, and then I was struggling to walk. Pain was excruciating. It was definitely the nerve pain. I lost all use of my left arm. I was convinced that I'd had another compressed fracture. But thank goodness, the doctor, the oncologist, had insisted that I have an MRI at least once a year to make sure there's no new lesions, any new breaks, and so on. And I was due for an MRI just a couple of weeks after my neck went crazy. So because of that, I was very worried, and I thought, well, nothing I can do except rest until I do the MRI. And when I went after the MRI and the blood test and so on, I went to the oncologist for the results, and everything is absolutely fine. It was an inflammation, it was a twist, because the one, the compressed fracture at the C5, has already narrowed the canal for my spinal cord. Um, any inflammation, of course, causes a restriction, which then causes that extreme nerve pain. So that was it. Um, I've gone on to having some white willow bark tincture every single day, 3 times a day, which is helping with the inflammation. For me, that is working better than the devil's claw. The devil's claw is mainly for joints, but the white willow bark is more like an aspirin, and so it does help with inflammation without causing the issues of having any stomach ulcers. So thank goodness for that. Thank goodness for my brother who made up that tincture for us to see how it would go. So I'm grateful for that. Right, having said all that, and thank you for listening. Oh, the other thing is the oncologist said I have to wear, well, he suggested strongly that I wear a soft collar constantly to remind myself not to pick up anything heavy. Because, I don't have a car, so I have to rely on food to be brought to me from Pick and Pay ASAP, or whichever one I'm using at the time. And of course, I can do it myself. And I did carry things that were heavier than I should have been carrying, which is my problem. So he said the soft collar will just remind me that I cannot pick up anything over a kg and to go with that. So from now on, unfortunately, you'll probably see me in this lovely addition to my daily look. Don't know what else to call it. Uh, okay, so how do I continue to pursue my hopes and dreams, my desires, all those fun things, the things that keep us waking up in the morning? Um, and I just wanted to go through what happened for me. Um, when I was told that I had a life expectancy now. I know we all die. I know we don't know when it's going to happen. But you know what? We all live until we die, don't we? But now you get told, oh, you have a terminal illness. It kind of like sits there, you know? So you've got to try and live until you die, knowing that you're going to die. It's a weird kind of thing. Anyway, um, I know I'm getting totally off topic there, so I do apologize. As you can see, this one is hard for me because I really had to, I've got to get very personal in this one. I know I've been personal in all the others, but this one I have to really like share a bit of my soul, and it's a little bit more daunting. You know what I mean? So, uh, life has become one of highs and lows. I've had to give up driving. Um, I've had to ask for help, and I've been an independent spirit my whole life. And it's so difficult to ask for help, for heaven's sake. Even my daughter said to me, she said, Mom, you know what? No one thinks you're a hero. No one says you have to do everything. We're all here to help. Let us help. And that kind of like was, am I trying to be a hero? No, I'm not. But she had a good point. If my life has changed to this degree, maybe this is my next lesson to learn to ask for help and to accept help when it comes. So that's pretty much how it's been. And also when I had something like this happen again, the thought immediately comes, oh no, is this the way my life's going? Because of course the doom and gloom, doctors always have to give you the worst case scenario, which I accept and I actually appreciate because I can then say, okay, halve that, and then somewhere in the middle of where I'd like to be and where I really am is somewhere in the middle. Um, so like knowing that um, all I want to do is curl up in a ball, admit defeat, say that's it, take me now, all the drama queen stuff. Um, that's what I want to do. Uh, so the questions that came up with that was, up to this point, have I lived life to the fullest? Have I truly given it my all? Where do I need to make amends? I know along my journey I have hurt people. I know that. We all have. And if we're going to say, oh no, but I'm wonderful, I don't hurt anyone, they've all hurt me, well, maybe you need to do a bit more journaling, is what I'm saying. And every mistake I have made, when I'm lying in bed, trying to relax, trying to get my body not to be sore, believe me, every mistake I've made, every wrong turn I've made, every bad word I've said about someone, I tell you, it does come back. Um, and it's made me look at my part in everything. So, my illness, my diagnosis, has made me aware that I have to take stock of my life. I've been to 12-step programs and they've worked, but nothing worked as well as knowing that what if I don't get that last chance to say, you know what, I accept my part in this and I'm sorry for my part. Okay, so you can see where I'm going with this. It's a lot of connection, it's a lot of people. It's no longer my hopes and dreams. It's what have I left undone? What have I not done? Questions on the other side of that is, have I accomplished what I set out to do this lifetime? And if not, what do I still need to do? So out came my journaling, along came my spiritual director, and we've had to do a lot of soul searching. I've had to do a lot of soul searching. She's had to do a lot of listening. My journal has had to get a bit more full. Um, it may appear that I'm being macabre, having dwelling on it. People say, "Oh, don't dwell." Well, mm, it's not dwelling. It's actually truly looking at my life, truly, truly, truly looking at it, um, and yeah, um, being humble, trying to be humble. Let me put it that way, and truly just not even worry about what others have done to me, but what have I done to them. Then, of course, with that comes the selfish part of me. Why me? And then, of course, why not me? You know, sun shines on the good and the bad, the rain falls on the good and the bad, floods affect good and bad, load shedding affects good and bad. We are all in the same boat, except for the very rich, just by the way. Anyway, that's a story for another day. Um, so, this is what I found out about myself, and I'm going to be looking because I don't want to leave anything out. I want to be a crone in the lives of my daughters. I don't want to leave the legacy of a sick, broken woman. If I'm sick, that's fine. But how, what have I learned along the way? What can I do to help my daughters? Um, what, just be here for them, listen to their ups and downs, even, without giving advice, just listening. That's a big one. Um, I have been fortunate enough to have a matriarch in my life who is still there. So my mom and I have been through so many ups and downs. We are chalk and cheese, as I think most mothers and daughters are. But we've come to the place of loving each other and and really relishing our time together. Uh, we still drive each other mad at times because it's a normal relationship. But the amount of respect I have for this woman who raised three of us kids while being a single mom, I have so much more respect for her. And I've had a lot of time to think about things from that side, from her side. Not my side and what I missed out on, but rather from her side and what she had to do to make our lives, to get us through to adulthood, you know? Um, since 2017, when my back first broke, a lot of life events happening. And the most heartwarming one is that I became a grandmother twice over. My oldest grandson, Samantha's son, Ayanda, he is now 3. He's just turned 3 actually last month. And my youngest grandson from my daughter Elaine, he just turned 1 at the beginning of the year. The joy of being a granny. The sadness that comes with that is that because of the state of my bones, I have not been able to pick them up. I haven't met my oldest grandchild in person yet, but I have met him over video calls. My daughter, every week, she has been so faithful in making sure that she's phoned from the time he was born. There's very few times that she said, Mom, I'm too tired, or Mom, we're busy. Can we make it during the week? Maybe make up a makeup call. But Ayanda has got to know me. And now at 3, he answers, Hello, Granny, when he sees me come onto the video. And at the end, he goes, Bye bye, Granny, and I love you. And he kisses me. So, kisses the screen, and we kiss each other through the screen. But still, there's a relationship. I'm going to be seeing them in July. They're coming out for a 2-week visit, and I'll be able to see him in person and hopefully build a even stronger relationship with him. Max, I have had as many video calls as my daughters can give me because she is extremely busy and extremely tired. Um, and I'm grateful for those. The video calls are gorgeous because, of course, a 1-year-old is as busy as anything, up and down. Um, Mommy and Daddy don't need the gym at the moment. They have got enough exercise from this little bundle of energy. But Max hears me, and he looks at the screen every now and then. He's not sure, he hasn't made a relationship yet, but he knows my voice. And that's the way I started with the other one. And that's a joy. And Max, I have seen in person. I have given him a cuddle. Um, so I'm grateful for that. These these connections have become so extremely important to me. Connections with my brother and family with my best friend and family, with colleagues, with people I meet, with you on who watch me here. I know that most of you I have a personal connection with, and I'm grateful for that. And um, yeah, I'm grateful for every single one of you who watch this. Okay. I still have so much emotional growing up to do. This one is hard to talk about because I have to admit to myself that my daughters are more most emotionally mature than I am. You know, where I will have a nervous breakdown and, oh, calamity above calamities, they come with their voice of reason and put things straight, you know, and that's when I know my EQ is still has a lot of work to be done on it. And all these lessons, my neck breaking, the challenges of working under certain conditions, these things have become huge for me and have helped me to mature in little increments. Progress, not perfection. And who knows, by the time I die, we may have got to perfection. I pretty much doubt it at the rate I'm going, but anyway, there has been progress. Being honest has helped to keep me moving one step in front of the other, and being honest keeps me away from being paralyzed by emotions that I haven't processed. Um, there are many more of these that I need to still look at, but this is, I've started. And you'll see my eyes keep going because behind me I've got pictures of my family, my friends, my grandchildren. They're all up here, my mother. They're all up here reminding me um, that I'm not alone, that there is a, a network, you know, of people who absolutely adore me and who I absolutely adore. So now, onto the juicy bit. Do I still have dreams and desires? Things that will keep me putting one foot in front of the other? Well, yes, I do. My passions are teaching and creating. Our business is struggling at the moment. Uh, it is the nature of life at the moment in South Africa, where many of us are struggling, and I'm sure in other countries as well. But this is where I live, so we focus on the challenges we have. Sorry, I keep looking at my kids. Um, Finances are tight. The threat of having to close the business is always looming, and those are they're big, you know. Um, so this has also made me want to just give up. But if I did, what then? So my dreams have changed. My dreams have changed just slightly. How do I um, get across my passion for healthy living through herbs, through aromatherapy? And when I say aromatherapy here, I'm talking mainly about how smell can change our whole mood. From anger, you know, we have a bit of lavender, petitgrain, and orange, and peppermint, and suddenly we're calmer and a little bit more uplifted. The anger subsides a little bit, the frustration subsides, and learning more and more constantly about that is wonderful. I made some kombucha, which because of this whole month turned to vinegar. I put out a post, help please, how, you know, what can I do with kombucha vinegar? I don't know what to do with it. And I've had some wonderful answers. Make a fire tonic. Put the, instead of apple cider vinegar, use the kombucha vinegar. And I had another beautiful one about using it as a hair rinse with the apple cider vinegar. You know, apple cider vinegar, kombucha vinegar, a little bit of essential oils, and some lovely warm water, and rinse. Put it as a rinse through your hair. So those are just two of the lovely suggestions I've had. And again, there's a connection. There's a connection of uh, personal as well as people that I hardly know, but who have become dear friends and acquaintances online. Um, So, what other dreams do I have? My business partner had a look at all the Zen dollars that I'd made and said, why don't I do a book? You know, write a little bit of the emotion that made me write, draw that particular Zen dollar. So I'm thinking of, well, I'm doing things, you know. So maybe I'll put a book out before I die. That would be good. That would be fun. I'd love to spend more time with my daughters and grandsons, sorry, and my sons-in-laws. Both of them are awesome guys. Um, so making time for that, you know, not so much work, not so much worry about money. If I have money, I have it. If I don't, and I know, well, I'm grateful for those who have helped me along the way. I love spending more time with my dear friends. I've had the opportunity to go up twice within 5 short months, so that's been wonderful. I've found a passion for being of service to others, and I do this because I can't drive. I do this through Zoom and WhatsApp video calls. Um, I do a little bit of um, uh, coaching, not really coaching, more like herbal counseling, herbal health counseling, um, living in a more natural way. And I'm loving the people I talk to, and I'm loving the information I'm learning from them, and that they're learning from me. And that's the thing, we never stop learning. And one of my biggest desires and dreams is to truly live consciously until I die. And there's a saying that you save as if, you live as if you're going to die tomorrow, and you save as if you're going to live a lifetime. And when I talk about saving here, I'm talking about saving up all those memories, saving up all the energy I have to spend with people that I love and people that I want to get to know more, and connections. So, thank you. Um, I know that I have a lot more to say on this topic, but I'm going to stop here because it's going to feel as if I've rambled. But that's my truth for today. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for being here. And if you have liked what I have to say, please will you share it with someone else. There may be someone out there who may need to be just uplifted a little bit, feel that they're not alone in something. So please, if you know anyone like that, share it with them. And I look forward to seeing you next week, and hopefully we can chat a little bit more. Lots of love to everyone. Bye for now.